Sunday. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games.
And some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Darnold. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down, and they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at about the 32, eluding the pressure right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Seahawks have taken a 1st quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, really difficult. That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Here's Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now it's Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. And he's racking up the yardage. You see the catches. And defensively, what do you do here to stop a guy like this?
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working. Whether you have a man on him, 2 people, you're showing different types of zone defenses combined with man-to-man coverages. Try and change things up and eventually get to the point where maybe you put enough people on him, they won't throw the ball to him anymore.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Wilson steps away to his left. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. To throw again is Wilson, escaping the pressure right. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's got the first down here inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. He finds his man, complete. That's Castro. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing again here, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Wilson. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Darnold to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold, and that's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver, because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as that game draws closer to halftime. Jalen Waddle, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Steelers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Throwing is Wilson. Touchdown, Seahawks. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Wilson. Touchdown! Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and they haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Metcalf. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 2nd and 5 now. Darnold out to Cole on the right side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A first down throw. Darnold slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards, the pickup there.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
From the 36, Darnold looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. On first down, it's Darnold. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there for Carolina.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On first down, Darnold. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Wilson's throw caught here by Metcalf. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Flushed out right. That completes it again to Metcalf. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Wilson wants to throw it, eluding the pressure right. This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Darnold now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's taken in at the 9. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to air this out deep for Harvin. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point forthcoming. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.